Hello guys, welcome to our channel today. We are here to give you the facts and to enjoy the real adventures. Join me today as we discuss an elaborate topic in the country. Today my interest is all about why our Kenyan men do not like to share power with women. That is very interesting, as we have seen several activities in the country that depicts how harsh the playing ground is in terms of power sharing. Please join me and enjoy and know the facts why. Before we start, I would like to take you back a little bit. For the lovers of football, while you are growing up, you have come across several scenarios where playing ground is never fair. But in today's topic, I will choose one illustration that will help us understand the intrinsic factor behind the problem we are talking today. Those who love football, mostly boys, while you were growing up, you used to play some football at home. Now this is the challenge that occurred. They're usually the owner of the ball. He had the last say. You like it or not, if you are not in good terms with the owner, you will not play. That's one. Why? The ball owner will always try to ensure that the playground is never fair if you are opposing him. Therefore, if you disagree with him, boom, no game for you. You like it or not, my friend, no game. Or you have to plead with your life for you to enjoy them. So in today's video, the ball owner will literally refer to Kenyan men, while the player who has been denied the opportunity to enjoy the game will represent the women. Welcome. Now, Kenyan men behave similarly to the owner of the ball. They do not give room for the women to play even with them. So in Kenya, the center of the power is actually in the parliament. After the much anticipated 2010 constitution, women thought that the playground would be leveled. It has not been the case until today. Why has that not happened? The owner of the ball is playing tough and is not giving room for someone else to enjoy the privilege of having the ball. So after the inauguration, the promulgation of the 2010 constitution, much was expected. But to their surprise, the ball owner became even more aggressive than before. The playground became uneven. Hence, something had to take place. Just remember, before the Chief Justice Maraga retired, he tried to use his well-sharpened machete to cut the playground and have some rules to make it unlevel. To him, he thought he had a well-sharpened machete that could act at once to the ball owner and fear and give room and level the playground. Oh, no. He got a surprise of the year. The ball owner had well advanced, prepared for such a scenario. Had bought a well-styled jacket. Hence the machete of the Chief Justice could not act on it. It was as funny as that. Now, the ball owner in the country, or the men, the Kenyan men, this power sharing does not only occur in the parliament. Go to other government parastatals, go to the big companies, and this thing trickles down to the small subunit called family. Still happens. If you compare Kenya with its neighbors in the East Africa, we are lagging behind in terms of leveling the playground. In simple terms, we Kenyan men do not like sharing power. This happens in everywhere in the country. Women suffer in the hands of men who have power. All the way from the children playing ground to the families, it is a well-orchestrated steps coming up to the Kenyan government. Sharing power is not part of their DNA. Now, why is it that Kenyan men, compared even to its neighbors, do not like sharing power? Just a little bit. The problem of sharing power even escalated after the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution. The ball owner realized that in the 2010 Constitution, there was a desire of the women to have the same rights in the playground. It did not anchor well with him. So the 2010 Constitution empowered women, which was necessary given the situation that was behind. Thinking of how it was tough there were several organizations formed that empowered women about their rights and how to have fair playground. Now, that is the problem. Reason number one why Kenyan men do not like sharing power is when the Kenyan women were empowered by the 2010 Constitution, the problem that occurred is that they did not empower men to live with empowered women. Listen to that. Women were empowered. They were enlightened. And they knew everything now, which is good. But, do you know where the problem is? Not really. They did not empower men, or rather, they did not teach men how to live with empowered women in the society. Remember, behind, they didn't know so much. Hence, they were called submissive, as the term goes in the traditional way. Now, they know everything, their rights, and everything that concerns them. But, did they bother to teach men how to live with empowered women? Not really. Now, that's where the challenge occurred. Women got empowered. Men were not empowered how to live with empowered women. Remember, for those of us who passed in chemistry class, at one point, your chemistry teacher talked about the Little's principle, whereby when things are balanced and it happened that there is a change, in the balancing, both sides tend to offset the change to go back to its balancing normalcy. Now that's what happened. Women empowered, men remained where they were, so there was a change. So what happened? Men are retaliating. They are opposing the change and trying to balance things again. So they don't like sharing power because they were not empowered. They were not taught how they could live in a society of empowered women with them comfortably. So I urge those interested to come up with those organizations and try to model men to know how they can live together in society with empowered women. It could be one way of solving the problem of Kenyan men. Second problem that occurred that leads them not to like sharing power is fear. Yes, fear. I have an illustration to tell you why and how this is the major factor in them not like sharing power with the women. Well and good. Have you ever done wrong thing to your siblings? Alright, you are not perfect, meaning that at one point or another, you did not do something good. Well, that one leads to fear. Whenever you see your siblings talking to your parent and mentioning your name, you think they are reporting you. And you fear. What happens? You retaliate back when they are not their parents. You threaten. And in the real sense, they might not even have reported the issue. They might even have mentioned the issue. But back behind your mind, because you've done several things that were not good, you just think that, oh, no. This is not right. That's what they're talking about. Now, men fear if the playground is leveled, they might suffer under the women's leadership, as if they could want to revenge all of those years they have been oppressed. Right. Go back to our first illustration, the war owner. In a scenario that he disagreed with you, and you tend to plead and play the opposite team, oh no, you tend to embarrass him or intentionally kick him in the pretense of kicking the ball. You are revenging. That fear that you could retaliate back